If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch, indeed, and it shall lead them
to buy our merch.
Apparently, the fella who wrote this track just recently went to the A&Soph.
Oh.
And we're not going to be sad. We're going to celebrate the hell out of this man and his art form. Is there something we're supposed to read here?
No.
Oh, we're not? Okay.
This is the lyrics.
Okay. Didn't you say there was one where he gave the background or whatever?
Yeah, it was the one with the guy in the wheelchair.
Oh, okay. Excellent. We did it. Who is he, you may ask? He is right here, the big homie, DJ Nick.
Yeah.
He's 22?
And look, Vinny made him this tiny little dot, basically.
Oh, yeah, he's right there. MashaAllah.
Hey, Nick, how you doing?
I think the big homie just turned 22, right?
Did he? Oh.
So it's kind of like
you're very young.
Yeah, but he's a very old soul, man. We got shit from the 90s, shit from the 60s.
That's why I was surprised when you said 22.
Yeah, that's the thing about the young people on this channel, like the people younger than us.
I should have known by the way that he constructed his list, though. All the links were there for me, clickable links.
Yeah, they completely blow us away in sophistication.
Yeah, in their musical
depth.
Taste.
Yeah, it's like, what was I doing? What was I listening to at 22? I wasn't listening.
I was in Bible college, I think so. We couldn't listen to anything there either. Why did I keep joining these places?
Oh, he's 27. He's 27.
He's 27.
Still, old soul. Okay, here we go. It's our final song, dear listener.
A whiter shade of pale.
Procol Harum. A whiter shade of pale. Let's do it. Doesn't that look like a cult meeting?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, wow. This is beautiful.
We skip the light.
Oh my God.
Turn cartwheels across the floor. I was feeling kind of seasick. But the crowd called out for more. The room was humming harder. As the ceiling flew away. When we called out for another drink, the waiter brought a tray. And so it was that later, as the miller told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly turned to water, shade of pale. She said there is no reason, and the truth is plain to see. But I wandered through my playing cards, would not let it be. One of 16 vestal virgins who were leaving for the coast. And although my eyes were open, they might just as well have been closed. And so it was that later, as the miller told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly turned to water, shade of pale. And so it was that later, as the miller told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly turned to white, shade of pale. so much. Thank you for having us.
We'll see you again, big homie.
That was beautiful.
We'll see you again, big homie. Wow.
Okay, did it remind you of that song that our moms used to listen to? The one where Watch the Lamb?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Watch the Lamb. Yeah. I feel like why are Christians always copying and stealing shit? Bro?
I mean, how can you not? I mean, that sounds so good.
Yeah, but we should be coming up with.
It sounded exactly like it, though.
Coming up with the craziest music.
Yeah.
But the first thing that gets me is like this sounded like a studio recorded thing. Like it was so good.
Oh my gosh!
Musicianship was damn near perfect.
Oh yeah,
It was absolutely perfect, and vocally, the minute dude started singing, it was like, damn. But I must have heard this song before because I agree. Like it sounded
it's
like
so
some of the
exactly
Christian
similar.
music that we.
It's
that we
so
grew up.
exactly similar.
Yeah, it's like
and the sound of his voice, musically, what they did with it, the way that he carried out. I mean, he did a couple of things that I think that the the Christian knockoff one couldn't accomplish, but I will say that like is it Ray Boltz? Watch the Lamb?
It was Ray Boltz, yeah.
1986.
Yeah.
And
so he would have grown up listening to this dude, basically.
Yeah, because when did this one come out?
Like 72.
72, right.
Yeah, so that's all the like Christian musicians that grew up in the 70s when they started making music. I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But like
it's like exactly.
It's almost like.
But the song is beautiful. Watch the Lamb. If you like this one, you should definitely check that Ray Boltz Watch the Lamb.
Watch the Lamb's a beautiful song.
I listened to that so many times when I was a kid, and I would cry every single time I listened to it.
It's a big tearjerker.
It really is. But so this one's interesting because, like you said, first of all, the performance was unbelievable. The orchestra that was there, it was just. I would have loved to have been at that event. That just very, very. Yeah, a good
Sometimes
feel.
I watch people in the audience and I'm like, do you realize
what moment you're in?
Yeah, like you're in such a crazy moment. Mm-hmm. Like, and some of them were just sitting there. I'm like, you're in a crazy. This shit is insane. Like this one little moment in time with this dude and the whole band is pretty crazy. But it reminded me like one of the most significant moments in my life was obviously with you. We're at the Corn shows, Alice in Chains. I forgot what song they were going to. But, you know, instead of the lighters, because back in the day it was put up your lighters, and you'd look around everybody. It was put up your phones, and everybody put the flashlight on the phone, and you just turned around and you saw that venue had like 10,000 people. It was packed out,
beautiful,
packed out to the grass.
Beautiful.
So you had 10,000 people. I just turned around and there's 10,000 people with their phone. It was just one of the most beautiful moments of all time. And I was looking at like the people like close to us, next to us, and everybody had this kind of like, yep, we're in it, like unbelievable moment.
Yeah,
unbelievable moment. But
moments like that, you can find those moments in church, you can find those moments at the shows, you can find those moments in a lot of different places, but it's when the crowd sort of has like this universal motive or feeling, and we all feel it together, and there's a certain appreciation for humanity.
Yes.
Like you recognize your own and you recognize them around you.
Yeah.
And I felt like everybody was like, we honored everybody. Everybody honored everybody in that moment. And I didn't feel like anybody felt like other people were less. Like everybody that you looked at had that look on their face like,
yeah, we here.
We're all here. We're all here.
We're all here. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really, really cool moment. Really cool moment.
It's and like you said, like you do have moments like that in church. You do have moments like that in prayer meetings. And that's one of the things that, like, another thing that the channel really taught me. I always knew that God was everywhere. Mm-hmm. But it really, really, really taught me that even at a Behemoth show.
I know. It's like, bizarre. It's crazy.
same presence of God. There,
Yeah,
same
and
whatever.
and I thought like, yeah, God was everywhere, but I mean, he's angry. He's over there. He's angry.
Right.
But it wasn't like that when I was there. Yeah.
It wasn't like that at all. It was
Yeah.
like he loved the hell out of those people, and he will literally, inshallah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just such a fascinating experience to be there. It's
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
So these lyrics were interesting. Nick had given us the link for song meanings, and
What is Fandango?
I think it's a drink. I skipped the light Fandango. Okay, I was guessing it was either a type of drink or a dance. At first I thought dance, and then I thought maybe it was a drink.
All right, let's check it out.
I skipped the light Fandango, turned cartwheels across the floor. I was feeling kind of seasick. But anyway, so you see it, Fandango?
A lively Spanish dance for two people, typically accompanied by castanets or tambourine.
See, there we go. Yep.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense now.
So I guess it seems like nobody's really super clear on what the meaning of the song is, although
Well, it looks just like a story between
said that when he
lovers.
was yes, but he said he overheard someone at a party saying to a woman, "You've turned a whiter shade of pale," and the phrase stuck in his mind. And so then that's how that phrase kind of got in there. But it looks like it definitely became more than that, and it does look like it's like kind of like relationshipy. And it's funny because it kind of had that like a feel to it, like, you know, like the sweetness that a relationship, depending on how the relationship starts, but the sweetness that a relationship can have when it first starts, especially when you're young.
Yes.
There's a sort of like whimsical lightness,
childlikeness to it. Yeah.
Yeah. And if both parties are interested in each other, like for us, even though we're older, like I still feel like we have those moments together. Not all the time. Like they kind of like all of a sudden like boop, one of those moments will be happening and you feel like the whimsical moment of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of happened today. I gave you a high five. We're like, yeah, it was like a football game. It's like, yeah, ah. And I was like, these people must think we're so weird. Remember that?
No, I don't actually know which moment you're talking about. Where were we?
Earlier today.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe that. Yes. That actually felt like it was yesterday. The days felt really long because I slept. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stuff like that. Like we'll have like those different moments, and I think that those are important to have in relationships. But like this, I don't know. This song was just, it was cute, and it had like, I really liked his voice too. Well, it felt like Another Day, babe. What do you want me to do? I should have lied.
Turned cartwheels on the floor. I was feeling kind of seasick. The crowd called out for more. The room was humming harder as the ceiling flew away. And when we called out for another drink, the waiter brought a tray. Nick is saying that the guy that wrote the lyrics doesn't necessarily know exactly what the lyrics mean either.
Yeah.
And so it was that later, as Miller told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly turned a whiter shade of pale. There it is right there. And she said, there is no reason, and the truth is plain to see, but I wandered through my playing cards, would not let her be. One of 16 vessel virgins who were leaving for the coast, and although my eyes were open, they might have just as well have been closed. So it was that later, as Miller told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly turned a whiter shade of pale.
So apparently this song actually has 4 verses to it. But most of the time only the 2 get sung, but it still is unclear. And again, what I saw when I was kind of looking into what he had said was that it's basically it deals in metaphorical form with a male-female relationship, which after some negotiation ends in a sexual act. Negotiation.
I mean, isn't that how it always works out? Some sort of negotiation. Hey, baby, have I got a deal for you?
This is a funny way of wording it. But it's funny because lyrically, I didn't necessarily like definitely see that in there, but you got that kind of feel of it, that it was that sort of like, sort of like the dance or the game that's played between a male and a female. When they're, I mean, I haven't been in a gay relationship. I don't know how those things work. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking from my own experience. You know, like you have those
completely different energies.
Yeah, and so you have the female energy versus the male, and it's just fun. And one thing that's really been cool about being with you is that, like, because I was always around men that were not very masculine, I always felt like manly, and I never wanted to feel manly. I wanted to feel like a woman, and so you're very masculine, and so I can feel like strong in my feminine attributes while at the same time feel feminine to your.
I agree.
Stop it, babe.
I agree.
Anyway.
I agree. No, but it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
like, in our day and age, it's kind of like you got to tiptoe around it. But like, I don't care what. I mean, nobody's gonna deny that there's something special when a man and a woman are, you know, it's
the energies,
the games, the negotiations, the cues. Did I read that properly? All that jazz, and just the different ways that men and women think, so that they're looking at the same situation but seeing them completely different, and then having to find a way to find each other and all that. Like, if I was with another dude, there would be like 50% less issues. Because he'd be thinking like a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to completely erase, you know, some of the innate factors between men and women and try to pretend like, oh, this is, you know, you just, you know, mix and match. No, like, there's something really fascinating about men and women when they interact with each other and all that. And like, their negotiation is a funny term. Is Sori dissing the men of Maine? I don't think this is like a complete diss of the men of Maine. It's just Sori was in a very, very, very
and it wasn't just Maine. It was just the
parochial subculture.
I kept finding myself in.
It was just the subculture she was in was full of bitches. I don't know how else to say it. Y'all some bitches. I'm sorry. All of y'all, I'm singing like, without exception. All of you, I'm trying to think. Yeah, they were all bitches. But most men in Maine are not like that. She just landed in the subculture full of bitches, which is fine because she thinks I'm some alpha male and, you know, whatever.
You are, babe. Stop. You come on. You can't do this for everything. You don't play the guitar good. What, now you're telling me you're a beta male? It's laughable.
Let's just continue.
I thought that you said that false humility was just ridiculous. Or people not just saying who they are. Like, when I would be like, no, I'm not that great of a cook. You'd be like, accept it. You're a good cook.
I didn't say that I was a bitch. I said you were around a bunch of bitches, so it makes me look like some giant alpha male.
You didn't say giant alpha male. You said
or
like
some alpha male.
Yeah, exactly. You are an alpha male. Stop it.
Yeah, but I'm not like Superman like you think. Like, you're just comparing me to.
Stop lying. These people know you.
You just comparing me to some bitches. I've been around some dudes that
made you look like a bitch.
That I consider superhuman.
They made you look like a bitch.
Nobody's ever made me.
Okay,
look like a
then.
bitch.
So then that's it.
I'm just telling you, I've been around dudes that are actually superhuman, that are like real superhuman people.
Hey, Igor Deas, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, Igor. We love you too, buddy. Yeah, so I like that line though. There's no reason, and the truth is plain to see. Because to me, that's my current theory of love, is that it should be unreasonable. That's my current theory of love.
Oh, that's cool. If that's what it is. She said there is no reason, and the truth is plain to see, but I wandered through my playing cards. You know how they'll say, well, you better play your cards right.
Yeah.
So even though she's saying it's easy, this should be very obvious to you, he still wasn't really sure what to do.
Well, yeah. And the thing is that, so here's my theory. My theory right now about life is that we were put on this earth to learn how to love unconditionally. First God, then ourselves, then our circle. So that's my current working theory is that's the ultimate purpose of life is to love unconditionally. Okay. So if a person says, why do you love me, particularly in a relationship like this? why do you love me? If you can give a reason for why you love the person, then you've just conditionalized the love that you have for the person. So my current theory is that love should be unreasonable. That's my current theory. So for example, if you were to say, Vin, why do you love me? And I say, oh, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're funny. Well, okay, if you stop being funny, would I still love you? Yes. If you stop being beautiful, would I still love you? Yes. If you stop being intelligent, would I still love you? Yes. So that's not the reason that I love you then, ultimately. Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, she says there is no reason.
Yeah.
So the minute you list something this is why I love this person, then if they stop being that way, would you stop loving them? And if the answer is yes, then did you actually love them? And you go, well, no, I would still love them. Well, then that's not the reason you love them then. If they stop being that way, but you still love them, then that's not the reason that you love them. And then I say to myself, oh, so what if beauty, funny, intelligence, springs out of the love that I have for the person? Not because it's an objective value within the person. So, for example, you believe Orion is a genius. Like you're like, I haven't seen kids that do what he does. But that's because you love him so much. So now he's a genius because you love him so much. So anyway, so that's my theory. That's my theory. And so right now, love is completely unreasonable. And obviously I got that from Deuteronomy, where God says, where Moses says, the Lord your God doesn't love you because you're a great, strong nation or because you're righteous. As he goes, as a matter of fact, you're actually pretty wicked set of people. And he says, but because the Lord loves you.
That's why he loves you.
So the answer, the Lord loves you, and it's not because of this. It's because he loves you. Like, even God himself in his infinite wisdom doesn't have the words to explain to us why he loves us. It's just, I love you because I love you. That's it.
Yeah, I do this weird thing when I start thinking about why I love you or how I love you, or because I've never loved anyone like I love you. It's weird to me, and I try to understand it because it's not very explainable to me, like when I sit down and think about it. So I've done this like a bunch of times. I say, okay, Vin just got in a car accident. He's now a vegetable. He can't think or talk or really move for himself. I still love you, and I still want you around, and I'm like, okay, I still, like, I wouldn't be trying to look for an excuse to be like, well, it's over for him now. Put him in the nursing home. He doesn't really know where he is anyway, and let me find another relationship. Yeah. I want to still be where you are. So I'm like, okay. And then that's when I think about, like, okay, so then what is it? Well, it's something inside you that is still there, no matter if you're in a vegetable state or whatever state you're in. Like, there's something inside of you that I love, and it's you.
Right.
So.
Hi, you love me because you love me?
I love you because I love you.
There you are. That's it. And that, dear listeners, is the meaning of life. You've just received the meaning of life in a live stream.
Nick, you're 27 years old, and now you've gotten all the wisdom you need.
Amy says, no, cut him loose.
So bad.
That's so bad. Cut him loose, she says. One day, Amy, you evil, evil woman.
Well, the good thing is, if you were in a situation like that, or like you got like Alzheimer's and you wouldn't remember me, I still feel like it would slip through. You'd still be like, well, she's pretty. Let me talk to her.
Rate the show. Rate the
This was a 10 for me.
Always gotta bring up some depressing fucking shit.
But that's because you always make it depressing. There's romance in that too, babe.
No, it's not. No, Alzheimer's, I forget you and shit. No, that's not. Just kill me at that point.
No.
Oh my goodness, you're the worst.
So now you're with Amy.
Yeah,
go get her.
Cut me loose.
Kill Veggie Vin.
Yeah. Listen, Amy, if you hear I'm in some state like that, fly over here and tell this broad to go with her life. For God's sakes.
No.
It is a 10.
Don't say those things.
It is a 10, bitches.
It's a 10 for me, too.
It's a 10 for me. Okay. Shout out to the big homie, DJ Nick. Thank you for your patience, bro. We had some technical difficulties. Surprise, surprise. Internet issues. But we would not be deterred. We listened to 10 songs for the homie. That's what we're about. That's what we're about over here at Vin and Sori. This is commitment, bitches. Anyway.
All right, you guys.
Love you,
Thanks for
Nick.
hanging out.
Love you, Nick. Love you, Sori. You freaking crushed this video. You beautiful people in the audience, you crushed the video. Happy freaking birthday to Nick. Happy birthday to Selah.